Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is Zach with Zach Attack Cards, and after a pretty long wait, we finally have the Topps Series 2 Mega Boxes. And we're going to be doing a nice little rip of 2 of them today, which is a lot of cards, 196 cards per box, as you can see here. So let's get right into it. Don't really want to waste too much time. That way we can move further along in our retail review series. Hope you've been enjoying it so far. So we have the mega boxes here, and then we also have the All-Star Game mega boxes, which should be the following videos. Actually, I say videos because I got 4 of those, and opening 4 in one video is just too much for me. So gonna split that into 2, and then that will be finally the end of our Series 2 little retail review series, as we've called it. Although I know we stuck a hobby box in there as a bit of a swerve for everybody. Hope that was enjoyable. It was a fun rip for me. And overall, I think Series 2 has been really good. At least, again, personally. I know there's been a lot of people that I've talked to that have said the exact opposite. And listen, I get that. I've had a lot of sets be incredibly terrible to me that have been good to others. So I'm hoping that luck continues, and we have a good time opening up some of these boxes that are yet to come. And then we will be diving into some more baseball, but it will not be Series 2. I'm willing to bet y'all can figure out what's coming, but we will save that for, we're probably still about a week and a half away from those, somewhere in that range. But without further ado, let's check this out. So, mega boxes, I've heard mixed opinions on. There's been a lot of folks that feel it's just a massive amount of base cards with a few inserts. Obviously, you have the ability to get the holofoil parallels, so you can get out anything. They also have the exclusive 91 Crackle parallels, and like I said, 196 cards. So not much has changed. Price is still the same, $50. So nothing too crazy, I would say. Or nothing too different, perhaps, is the better adjective. Near Diaz, Andrew Alvarez. And here we go. We're going to get to, we got Drake Baldwin on the Rookie Cup. Watched the Braves in a couple of games since the second half has opened. Still looking like a real strong team. We got a Buster Posey. There you go. That's what are we calling them? Crackle foil? Yep, or Crackle parallel. Buster Posey. Very similar to the Superboxed exclusive packs. And then, of course, Titans of the Game, Trey Savage. And the Blue Jays are still struggling pretty well. As you know, I'm an Orioles fan, so I keep pretty close track of the American League East. And it's just very surprising to see the Blue Jays where they are. I thought they only added talent, but seemingly are not finding that same success that they had last year. Meanwhile, the Yankees, they're still able to hang around despite injuries, key injuries. Judge, I think Fried just came back. There's a Waldrop Future Stars. We get a Cutter Crawford now on the holofoil. Not bad there. And a 91 Blake Snell. And a Titans Bryce Eldridge. Rays are still hanging out on top, I believe. Haven't looked in the last day or so, though. I know my team was finally able to bring the Red Sox win streak to a stop, although they took 2 out of 3 from us, which is never something you want to see, but at least we were able to put a bit of a damper on their forward momentum. And last I checked also, my team, the Orioles, are about 3 games out of the last wild card spot. So should be a really interesting trade deadline. I don't expect my team to be selling, but there's a Rainbow foil, Pablo Lopez. And our 91 is Nick Kurtz. I believe I've seen that one in prior openings. And then we get a Stars of MLB, our first one so far. So what we'll probably do, we'll see how long this video goes. If it goes too long, then obviously we'll rip a bunch of the packs together, save ourselves a little bit of time. But Jose Cornell. Gotta love baseball, though. It's a bit of an interesting question, actually, I have for you guys out there, because when I talk to my pals, most of which are Yankee or Met fans, just being where I live, and perfectly fine, I don't have a problem with that. Obviously, like whoever you want. Oh man, I finally hit the Shohei, and it's the Crackle. Oh, I've been looking for this card in base, haven't not pulled it yet. When we get a Crackle, I will absolutely take that, and it's going to get sleeved up. But anyway, back to my question. Do you only watch your teams, or are you able to watch any baseball game? Because for me, obviously my Orioles aren't always on. You know, I have Hulu with television, or whatever the heck you call it. So I do get more than like your standard cable, but we don't always get Orioles games. But nice Shohei there. And so I'll watch pretty much anything that's on because I love baseball. I mean, I even watch Yankees. I watch the Mets. You know, I don't know. I guess I'm a little different than a lot of people because I just want to watch a good game. You know, I don't necessarily care about who the game is between. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you give me a choice, I'm going to watch the Orioles. But that's just how I feel about it. You guys let me know. I mean, again, maybe I'm the strange one. I do seem to be the strange one amongst my pals that'll just watch about anything. But what can I say? Always love the game of baseball. We got a J-Ram here. Ooh, a pink J-Ram. So the pink are going to be unnumbered, but definitely on the rarer side. I can't remember the amount that, you know, they print of these, but, and that really jumps out too. I mean, I know that's the Crackle there, but very nice. Excellent name too there for Mr. J-Ram Jose Ramirez. I believe is injured, if I'm not mistaken. But we're into the second half of baseball here, and we'll just have to see. Like I said, the trade deadline's coming up. I'm very interested to see who gets moved. There's so many rumors out there, it's hard to tell what's true and what's not. You know, like I just read a story about my team possibly being interested in Francisco Lindor from the Mets, and I'm like, I know the Mets aren't having the best year, but I can't imagine them being sellers. At least for him, maybe for the rest of the guys on the team. Nice Ricky Henderson, crooked numbers. Love, love, love them. Those inserts, they are so gorgeous. But I don't know. Maybe we could see some interesting stars move because the one thing I will say is trade deadlines have definitely been more active in the last few years. And if I had to guess, I would think this one's going to be a little more active too, just because we still don't know what's going to happen next year, whether or not we're going to have any baseball. So, you know, I don't know. I really don't. I don't think you're going to get a big move for, you know, like Scooble out of anybody, just because of how unsure you're going to be of signing him long term, unless you're just playing for the title this year and you don't necessarily care if he signs on long term. I guess that could be one way to play it. You know, maybe you're a team like I don't know, the Dodgers are probably the easiest of the teams to think about in that way, since they throw so much money around. I mean, maybe they, you know, just to capture a third straight title, would be willing to deal for Scooble and not necessarily care that he is, you know, may only be there for 1 year. You know, I don't know. I really don't. The one thing that you know how you just get a feeling sometimes? I mean, and listen, they're wrong. You know, they're not always right. I have a bit of a feeling that Scuba will not end up with the Yanks. I feel like they're more so going to be in on Paul Skeens here in a couple of years when he's finally available. It's just a thought, you know, whether or not it's true or not. Ooh, a nice Harry Ford this time on the Crackle. But like I said, just a thought. So we'll have to see what actually happens, whether he gets moved. I know Sandy Alcantara is talked about like every single year, whether or not he'll get moved. My team has a bunch of guys that they're talking about possibly moving, so I really don't know. It's just, like I said, tons and tons of rumors pretty much every single day coming out of there. But hey, it's part of what makes it so fascinating. So I've gotten some nice pulls so far. Not gonna complain. Mo Rivera. Oh, got probably the best closer there ever was in the Crackle. Very nice. And Colson Montgomery, who just continues to hit long balls for the White Sox. Him and Murakami could be a very dangerous duo going forward, but we'll have to see. There's a Bryce Eldridge rookie. Let me know how you guys are getting on with Topps Chrome. You know, that's the big one nowadays. Everybody buying that up, and obviously we don't know the MVP buyback guys yet, but there's still certain guys to look for. Is it Rafael Flores, rainbow foil? And another Nick Kurtz. Okay, fine. I think the first one was regular too, not a Crackle board or whatever. So, to be fair, I'm not separating the packs. I just have two big stacks to the right of me here, and I'm just grabbing whatever I grab. So, they very well could have been from the other mega box. But, yeah, I mean, listen, at least shrinkflation didn't hit it this year. That's the one thing that I will say. It looks like we're getting pretty much the exact same counts in all the boxes, although there again I don't really follow the hobby stuff too much because it's just too darn expensive for me. What do we get here? We get a John Smoltz autograph. A John Smoltz on-card auto to 99. What? I didn't even read autograph. Oh my goodness. What? That is incredible. And green just so happens to be my favorite color. I'll take that. Dust that off. Oh man, what a pull. A Hall of Famer. Part of that disgusting rotation that the Braves had in the early 90s, or well, mid to late 90s. Smoltz, Maddox, and Tom Glavine. What a hit. Oh man. And a gorgeous autograph, too, not to go along with it, man. Whew, 52 of 99. I am good to go. So, if they're not hitting a single autograph at all in Series 2, at least I'm relatively certain. I've opened a lot. And I will say I've opened more Series 2 than I've opened of probably any flagship release, maybe ever. I've really opened quite a bit of it. And I do believe that is the only auto I've pulled, but I mean, to me, it doesn't get any better. I love autographs of guys that I watched growing up. And I mean, when you can step it up into a Hall of Famer like that too, heck yeah, bring it on. That was awesome. And we get ourselves holofoil. Not too bad. We get the Kid on the glove work. And Titans Freddy. So two nice hits in my opinion, because I think that Ohtani is a nice one too. I mean, whether it actually has a ton of value to it, it probably does not. But at the same time, as you guys know, I have a nice Ohtani collection, so that bad boy is going right in there. And of course, anytime you can get a short printed Ohtani anything, it's definitely worth something because his stuff is just insane. Byron Buxton on the glove work. And a Riley Green. Man, John SMOLTZ, that's awesome. I was literally just watching, man, what was it with him? So obviously he was calling the game. Shoot. Oh, I think it might have been the All-Star game, actually. When they had, I think it was, because they had the pitcher mic'd up and the catcher. And, which was one of the craziest things. And obviously they were talking to the guys in the booth, which included John SMOLTZ. And SMOLTZ even gave him a pitch or two to throw, which it was really fun. I thought that was kind of cool. Not to mention the pitcher and the catcher could hear each other for the entire time. And we get Beltre on our next Crackle. And Yasavage. I had a good time with the stuff that they did this year with the home run derby. I mean, I didn't like the home run derby being on Netflix. That was frustrating. I mean, I guess probably it's probably the most widely subscribed platform or whatever you want to call it. But at the same time, it's just so annoying when they're putting baseball games and stuff all the time, especially something like the home run derby, which I love to watch every year. But it was awesome again this year. Great to see Jordan Walker just take that over, man, and win it. Hey, Pete Alonso, there we go on the 91. And being the first Cardinal to ever win it, like, that's insane when you look back at the list of insanely good Cardinals over the years. Ooh, got another Crackle coming at the end of this pack. So, I mean, that's one thing I will say about the mega boxes. The Crackles are prevalent, so it's not like a look for type of thing, and then you might get 2 in a box or something like that. We'll take a look when we're all done. Hopefully I'll remember, and I'll try to divide them by 2 so that we have some idea of how many we get. Looks like we get a Garrett Cole this time. Just came back, I guess he's been back for probably at least maybe a month, somewhere in that range. Maybe I'm getting him more confused with a Max Fried, who I think has only been back for like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. Ranger Suarez, there's your standard Yasavage. Joyce. As you can tell, you can just see a sheer amount of a lot of cards here. A glove work Derek Jeter, not bad. And we get a rainbow foil Parker Meadows. And our stars is Duran. We are getting there, but since we're at about 18 minutes, I think this will be the last one that we rip like this. And then I'll take the last, I think there's like 8 packs left or something like that. And I'll try to super rip those bad boys real quick. Yordan Alvarez, currently the American League favorite for MVP. Without Judge around, it's a little bit more open. Jaron Duran now on the Crackle. And there's Nick Kurtz, Titans. So, all right, let's see what we can do here. We'll just motor through, open 4-pack. Maybe we'll do 4 and 4. That way the piles aren't gigantic that I'm trying to sort through. Oh, I guess it's 5 and 5. My math skills have definitely gone downhill since I'm no longer in school. And we'll do one more. Really can't wait to get into the All-Star boxes that are coming next, so definitely stay tuned. They're always a lot of fun, which is why I picked up 4. All right, let's do this. Let's hope we don't have to flip things all over the place, but Get a Cole. Castillo. I have to move this mountain of base cards. There's Jordan Walker. Speaking of which, I know we've already seen him in the rip. Here. Tanner Huck. Whoa, on a green to 99. 16 of 99. Take that. Just place that on the side now, for now. So 2 numbered cards. One being a numbered auto. Crazy, man. I can't even tell you how much I love that auto. Akamoto. Christy Mathewson on the 91. Not a name you hear every day. Stars. Kessel. Corey Lee. Speaking of the Padres, a lot of talk around whether or not Mason Miller is going to get dealt. I don't see that happening. I feel like they only just picked him up, last year, right? So, I mean, I know they're, sounds like they're going to be sellers. Ooh, we get a Crackle of Connolly Early. It's a nice one. Nice Red Sox rookie. And we get Goldie. But that's been one of the players more heavily linked to the Yankees. And I'm just not sure. I don't really see it happening, because everything that I've heard and read is the Yankees don't want to get rid of their young guys. And if that's the case, I mean, I don't think you're going to get very much. There's a Crooked Numbers, the big unit. And we're just about done here with this stack. So almost 200 cards per box. It used to be 212, I think, going back, I don't know, like 3 years ago or something like that. So they did shrink it a little bit, but at least it wasn't this year. Okay, so that finishes that. A little stack. Let's go with a sleeve for Mr. Tanner Huck. And we'll finish ripping these last 5. But I don't know. Again, maybe I'm always, looking at the Yanks too critically and just thinking that they'll never do this, they'll never do that, and maybe they're more open to it than I thought. But it certainly seems that since the old man passed away there, that they're just not. They don't have that same. I'm going to go out there, I'm going to spend what it takes to get me a championship. Kind of like the Dodgers are right now. Which is why I tend to laugh at some of my Yankee fans or friends that are fans of the Yankees when they get all mad about what the Dodgers are doing. So I'm like, I mean, we grew up when they were doing it. You know what I mean? Like, they repeatedly had, some of the highest payroll. So it's not like, and they would buy whoever the heck they wanted, which is why it resulted in them getting guys like Teixeira, Sabathia, Giambi, and the list goes on from the, late 90s to the 2000s there. It's just, and really mid 90s too. But I digress. To me, I feel like there's a parallel there. Obviously not with the whole deferred money and all that kind of stuff. That's more, that's become much more widely used than it was. Let's see what we got here. Got our stars. Got a nice glove work, Jackie Robinson, Brooklyn Dodgers. And a rainbow foil of Jarren Duran. It's a nice one there, nice name. Gonzalez, Cantara. But it'll also be interesting to see what happens with this new collective bargaining once they get it figured out. Whether or not they get it figured out quickly, I'm sure they will not. But it'll be interesting to see if they do put an end to the deferred money and if they happen to institute a cap and a floor and all that kind of stuff like they're talking about. Let's see, we're going to finish on anything interesting here. We get another Rod Carew. I feel like I must have pulled that card like 4 times at this point. Stars of the MLB. Trey Savage. Okay, so it feels like about 2 packs left in my hand here. Well, we're going to get a gold, I think. Let's see who we're going to get a gold of. Nasim Nunez, Washington, 1886 of 2026. Big Mac. There's Scooble. Carter Jensen. Future Stars of Waldrop, and we finish on the Stars. So we end up with 3 numbered cards. Gold to 2026 as we have here. A green to 99 of Tanner Hook. And of course the amazing John SMOLTZ autograph to 99 on card. Absolutely love that. That's one of my all-time favorite pulls. And then of course the nice Ohtani. Love the Crackle Ohtani. But other than that, let's see. So Ohtani's 1 Crackle, right? So let's do that real quick. We get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. So maybe 4 per box. 4 per box. And it's 14 packs. Man, it feels like I got more than that, but all right, fair enough. So 4 out of the 14 packs, I guess you can expect to have 1, roughly. And then, like I said, we walked away with a couple numbered, or a few numbered, which is nice. These are nice value, I would say, $50. But again, go into it with the appropriate mindset, right? So if you're looking to get hits, I don't know if this is necessarily the best way to get them, but it's definitely a way to get a lot of base. So if you're looking to build sets, like I love building sets, this is a phenomenal way to do that. You get lots and lots of base, as you can see here, you know, these 3 massive piles, and then of course some nice inserts and parallels and such. But yeah, no, I think this is a very nice value. Again, small sample size, so definitely doesn't get up past fat packs and hangers and such, but I think they could easily give the Blasters a run for their money. I really do, and you know, and they're definitely, I would recommend these over the super boxes too. So yeah, that's pretty much where I am on these. But let me know what you guys' luck has been like with these down in the comments, or if maybe you skipped them all together, let me know why you did. But head down below, hit that little subscribe button, click the like while you're there. Put out videos every Monday and Friday, but you might want to hit the little bell there just in case we happen to miss one of our days. I have a big long vacation coming up in September that I hope to have some videos done, you know, early for. So we should still be able to upload those on the usual schedule, but just in case, just something you might want to think about. But anyways, the other thing I want to say is just thank you guys. Thank you guys very, very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. You all seem to be digging the series. It's gotten a heck of a lot more views than some of the other stuff that I've done in the past. So thank you guys very much. Without you, obviously, that is just not possible. And I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for spending any of your time that you do with me. I really do appreciate that. And with that said, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.